Hi, my name's Julianne Pomnitz, and today we're going to talk about Coragyps atratus, the black vulture. To start out with a little identification, the black vulture is a part of the order Accipitriformis and the family Cathartidae. Unlike their commonly mistaken relatives, the turkey vulture, black vultures are just as their name implies, black. They can usually be identified by their uniform black color and the little patches of white stars on the underside of their wings when they fly. Their black heads also help to differentiate these raptors from the turkey vulture, who has brown coloring and a red head. To give perspective on size, black vultures are actually smaller than turkey vultures, but are still bigger than a red-tailed hawk. And while many birds can be identified by their calls, the black vulture is far more likely to be seen rather than heard. These birds actually have no voice box, leading to hoarse grunts and hisses that, in adults, sound an awful lot like a sneeze. Take a listen. The black vulture has a pretty large range, being found anywhere from South America to as far north as Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Usually, these birds will nest in forested areas and forage in more open ones, but more and more have been seen to live in semi-rural to suburban areas. They roost in tall trees or even electrical pylons. At most, these birds are short-distance migrants, and will sometimes move to lower altitudes for the winter. With increasing temperatures, however, many black vultures have been making their way further north. As raptors, black vultures are carnivorous by nature, but as vultures, they're carrion feeders. These birds will eat the carcasses of almost whatever they can find, and have been known to eat livestock, skunks, raccoons, coyotes, and more. If push comes to shove, they'll even kill possums, night herons, and turtle hatchlings. Their sense of smell, however, is actually lesser than the turkey vulture, and when you see a black vulture soaring high up in the sky, they may be looking for a kill or watching out for other vultures, usually turkey vultures, to follow. And while it may sound like a messy diet, the black vulture's bare head helps keep them clean, preventing food from getting stuck in feathers. Socially, these birds are monogamous and will maintain social bonds with family groups throughout life. They roost in groups and feed in groups, and though the turkey vulture is larger, the black vulture has been known to drive them away from carrion with sheer force in numbers. When it's time for black vultures to reproduce, nests will be made in dark cavities, which can include caves, hollow trees, brush piles and thickets, or even abandoned buildings. Eggs are laid directly on the ground, and usually come in groups of 2, but up to 3 are also known to occur. Both parents care for the young and will incubate their eggs for about 38 to 39 days. Once they hatch, nestlings will remain for up to 70 to 90 days, but even after fledging will continue to be cared for by both their parents for several months. Vulture young are altricial, being born vulnerable and unable to leave the nest. On the left, you'll see black vulture brothers Mo and Curly, who I had the privilege of helping care for one summer. As juveniles, their characteristic black feathers were still coming in through the down, and they often made hissing noises a lot like these ones. Due to rising temperatures and northward expansion, these birds are becoming less common in the south. But as far as conservation goes, black vultures are currently listed as least concern by the IUCN. Until the 1970s, many of these birds were being threatened by trapping, shooting, and poisoning on part of those who wrongly believe that they carry disease. They are also vulnerable to egg thinning by the use of DDT. Now, however, populations are increasing, and the breeding population is estimated to be about 20 million. Today's main concerns for the black vulture are lead shot and the increasing chance of car collision, as these vultures flock to roadsides for roadkill and urbanization continues to grow. While that concludes the video, there is much more to be said about black vultures. To learn more, visit the Cornell Lab of Ornithology's All About Birds website, or the Audubon Society's website. Better yet, visit a local raptor center. These centers can not only speak of the importance of these birds, but also what we can do to help them. I'm Julianne Pomnitz, and this has been Coragyps atratus, Black Vulture.